All right, guys, this is workout number 1 for our Fortius Summer Games. I'm going to be going over the workout, the flow, standards, and all the divisions, RX, intermediate, and masters. Okay, so let's cover the workout itself. 5 rounds for time, 10 bench press for the men, 10 bench press for the women, and then 10 total cleans. It's going to be 5 rounds. Every round, the weights are going to go up. Once you're completed this for time, that's your first score, time, and then your second score with remaining time, you'll find a max clean each. Okay, so let's cover the floor plans for this workout. This setup is going to look just like this. We have our bench press at the end and 2 bars laid out just like this. Okay, so the women's weight on the bench press is going to be on the inside, the men's on the outside. You'll complete your 10 for the men, 10 for the women, and then you advance to your cleans. It's 10 total reps. You don't have to split. It doesn't have to be 5-5. It's just 10 total. And then you'll advance back, you'll add your weights, and then go. The weights are going to be behind the bars on each side for safety. So the 2 bars are in the middle, and the weights are on each side here for this. So this is going to be the working flow. 3, 2, 1, go. The male athlete will complete 10 bench press. 10. When you finish, you'll slide the plates off. Female will complete her 10. Male athlete can be waiting here. Okay, this is round number 1. So once she finishes the 10, the male athlete can start working on their cleans. So 10 cleans. Once you complete the 10, that's the first round. You'll come back through. And now we'll be starting round number 2. You're going to continue this flow until you get done with the 5 rounds. Once the 5 rounds are complete, that is your first score for time. And then with remaining time, you'll complete a max clean for total load. So that's the working flow. Let's cover the weights for the men and the women. Okay, so as you're working up with your rounds, this is going to be the men's weight for RX. Once you complete your first round, the weights are going to be piled in an order that are already going to make sense each round. Okay, so for the first round, you have 135. The next round, you'll have a 25. You'll slap the 25 on top. That's 185. You'll do your round. You'll come back around. You'll add weight. The next weight is 205. You put a 10 on. That's 205. Do your round. Do your 10. Come back around. The next weight is going to be 225. So you put a 10 on. 225. Do your round. 10. Come back around. This is your last round. 245. Do your 10. And then with remaining time, there's going to be more weights than this, but the top pile is going to look just like that. 25 on top, 10, 10, 10, working your way down. This is going to be the same working flow for the females' weights. Okay, so you have 85. And then what you're going to do is we're going to go to 115. So you're going to have a 15, put it on top, do your rounds, come back around, 115. Then we're going to go 135, put a 10 on. You have your 135, do your rounds. Then you have 155, 10 on, do your rounds. 165, 5 on top. So these weights are going to be placed here. Again, they're all going to be piled in a spot for A, safety, and then working flow. There'll be more weights for your max lift at the end. But that's how the weights are going to be stacked. After every heat, we'll restack them the exact same way. But that's going to be for our RX division. This is Masters men's weights. You're starting your first round at 135. So you'll do your bench press, 10, 10, 135. And then, again, your pile is going to be stacked up. You'll have a 15 on top to start. So you'll do your first round, 135. Next round, you're going to put a 10 on top. Okay, so that's going to be 155. Do your rounds, come back around, 10. Then a 15 goes on top for 185. You'll do your 185, come back around, 10. Then 205, 10 on, do your round. And last round, 225, 10. Again, plates are going to be stacked up for each round, so all you have to do is change your weights, put them on top, and we'll reset after every heat back to this pile. Okay, this is going to be Masters women's weights. You guys are going to start at 85, so round one, do your 10-10, come back around. Then we're going to go from 85 to 105. So you're going to put a 10 on each side, complete your round. Then we're going to go to 125, 10 on, complete your rounds, come back around. 135, just going to be a 5, complete your round, and then your last round, take the 5 off, put a 10 on, and that's going to be your working flow. Okay, so that, again, that's your working flow and weights. The weights are going to be set up the way they're going to go for each round, and that's Masters. We're going to start with 95 pounds, so 25, you'll do your 10, your first round. Round 2 is going to go to 115. Again, the stack's going to be set up this way, so all you have to do is take a plate off the top and go. Okay, so next round, 115 should be a 10. Then the next round, 135. Then the next round, a 10, 155. And then your last round, 15, 185. Okay, so again, they're going to be stacked up this way for you to go. Let's go over the women's weights. Okay, we're going to start with the 15 on each side for 65 pounds. The next round, you'll go 5 on. The next round, we're going to take the 5 off, put the 15 on. That's going to be 95. Next round, 5 on. And last round, 5 off, 15 back on for 125. Okay, so that's going to be the intermediate weight waves for you guys. And that's how it's going to be set up. The weights will be stacked here as you guys go through the rounds. So for our bench press, this is how it's going to be laid out for RX. You have a 25 on the outside, the men's bar, so 45 pounds, 35 on the inside, 25 on the outside. Men will do their 10. You have to complete all 10, and then female will complete their 10. 25s will go off. The standards on the bench press, on the knurlings, this is going to be 36 inches for the last knurling and 32 inches for the inside. So for the men, your hands can't go outside of the knurling on the outside, and for the ladies, hands can't go outside the knurling on the inside. So 32 inches width for the women, 36 for the men. Your hands just can't go outside. Your butt must stay on the bench for the whole time, and these are optional if you want to use risers. If you're a little bit shorter, you can put your feet on top of this. That's totally fine as long as on the bench press your butt doesn't come off at any point, and you fully lock out, hit the chest, and come back up at the top. All right, so this is for our intermediate division. For the bench press, standards are the same. Your weights are going to look like this. You're going to have a 15 on the inside and then a 35 on the outside. Okay, so for the men's weight, you do your 10 reps. You'll take the 35s off, 15 on the inside. Okay, you go back and forth. So that's your setup as far as your weights go. A 35 on the outside, 15 on the inside. Still a men's bar, 45 bar. So both are sharing a bar.